Hello everybody and welcome back to Kusog7ande, the bad video game tournament. We are on our 7th iteration, hence the reason the logo looks a little bit different. Yeah, it's good to have you all here. We do have 4 matches today, moving on to the second match in just a second, and 4 matches tomorrow. Tell all your friends, get people here, and if you are playing, please, no, the Kusog7ande. Please don't know. But yeah, the best way to support the channel, I feel, is to just let other people know that it's happening when you are in a match. Getting friends to come and support you, that is really helpful. Thank you for everybody who has followed and subscribed and who is helping to keep this alive. So let's go ahead and move on to our second game reveal now, because we've got a good one coming up. Who is the GM choosing the game? Well, it is our good friend, Blasphemous Roar. Oh, look at this icon. I like this icon. Hello, Roar.
We got more Kuso action here before the day is done.
Yeah.
You were
What's
done
that?
with that one, but here is another one.
Oh, no.
Highway to the Kuso Zone.
No, okay.
Highway to the Kuso Zone.
Everybody, yeah, Blasphemous Roar doesn't lie. It's another one. There's 2 of them. That's like my favorite meme lately, although I can't remember what it's from. There's 2 of them. We are having another Top Gun game because I don't know why. Apparently today is Top Gun Saturday.
Totally not coordinated. Nobody knows I was doing this.
Well,
Cornan knew I was doing this.
Okay, well, thank you,
I made
Cornan.
him test
That's
it.
great.
I made him test it.
Okay, this is Top Gun Guts and Glory by Konami. That can't be a bad game then. It's Konami.
Oh yeah, it can't possibly be a bad game.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh,
Well,
everything.
actually, yeah, I know nothing about this game. All I know is that this is another Top Gun game coming your way. Everybody go ahead and kick back. I need to get the stream ready and looking good, but before that, how are you doing, Roar? What is going on in life? Anything exciting?
Yeah, everything's exciting. The world is exciting. There's a monitor to my left, a monitor to my right, a TV in the middle, and toilet paper for when I need to blow my nose. That is a day. I got a Wii remote here. I got business cards. I have business cards for Mystery Funhouse. I don't even own Mystery Funhouse, but I have business cards. It doesn't help that I just toss those behind me as if I have a webcam on that you could possibly see me doing that as part of the action. But that's who I am. I just do things even if you can't see me. I am, as you can tell, hyped up in caffeine, or am I not? You never know with me, honestly. The tiredness me. The tired version of me gets this way. The hyped up version of me doesn't get this way. But it's only Kuso. Kuso gets me hyped up, baby.
It's always
Kuso.
Everybody, if you are too hopped up on Kuso, then we suggest calling the Kuso control. I don't know what number that is. Like 1-800-98-JENNY, something like that.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know either. All I'm going to ask is that you do me the favor and share your screen with me.
I will in a second. Okay.
Thank you.
Give me a
Unfortunately,
bit.
all my old Mystery Funhouse layouts got completely broken because now we have a dashboard that does cropping and other fun stuff to it that makes it a lot easier to set up streams. So I can't really effectively set up my own multiple streams nicely anymore.
I've got some stuff. I've been working on automating stuff based off of what's written on the schedule. I no longer have to copy and paste in order to get stuff in here. I have an Excel spreadsheet that just pulls straight from Google Docs and puts it on my layout, and that makes my life a whole lot easier. I like it. Yeah. With that said, I should probably figure out a way to like automate capture and stuff, but I like people to be able to like have their own setup.
If you want people to have their own setup, this is what we've learned on Mystery Funhouse. There's no way to automate, but there is ways to convenience it. We actually, so we have like the ability to start cropping on it, and we have a pixel perfect cropper that works better than OBS, and it crops it on the website end, and then it reflects that in OBS. So
yeah,
our dashboard is incredible. Thanks, Maurice. That's why they kicked me out of Mystery Funhouse, is because Maurice started taking over and making cool tools, and then they were like, well, Roar, we don't need you anymore. Get dunked on. And so I was dunked on.
Yeah, I know that there are ways to make it a little bit more convenient. I just, whatever, you know? One day maybe, but today is not that day. We are as convenient as we can be. And besides, I've been working on making new transition animations. The one that you had was, had Alex Kidd.
It did. Am I Alex Kidd?
Yeah.
Am I an Alex Kidd now? Mommy Wow?
Far as I know, yeah.
Well,
Mommy Wow?
What? Mommy Wow? I'm a big kid now. Come on.
I don't... Well, okay.
Pampers commercials back in the day.
What? Why are you talking about diapers?
Because that was the freaking theme song! That's all it was. It was a kid, and then you're right. Diapers are weird and horrible, and anybody who's got diaper things can go bugger off forever.
I mean, what? No, seriously. If you wear,
was it pull-ups? It was pull-ups. You're right. It was pull-ups.
Why are you insulting people?
Because I'm insulting people because I can. Hi there. Remember that Blasphemous Roar's opinions are not reflective of that of Kusog7ande.
I'm just gonna go ahead and decide right now that somebody really has their stream messed up. Let me go and look. No, they don't. How am I destroying all hopes and dreams like this then? This is really impressive.
Oh, I would, by the way, very much so encourage you to get some sound going from this. If we can get somebody who's still on the main menu.
Give me a second.
I know, I'm just saying.
Everybody is on the main menu. Don't worry, we will. We will.
Okay, cool. No, I'm just saying. The atrocity that these poor players are listening to right now, waiting for us, is just, chef's kiss. You want bad? Listen to what they're listening. Kiss. Okay. You'll understand. This is ow my ears so perfectly. Unfortunately,
good. I don't like your ears.
I like my ears.
Aw, cute.
Yeah, the composer of this went on to do NBA Live games. Oh, you know what? You know who one of the developers of this game was?
Nope.
Don Matrick.
Don't know who that is.
Oh, people in chat do, though.
Okay. Chat, who's that? Who's that developer?
The Xbox guy.
Wait, the Xbox guy? The Xbox guy worked on this?
John Matrick, the Xbox guy.
Okay, I know of the Xbox. I've heard... Wait, what am I doing? I've heard of that.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, by the way, this has only taken me long because it is a stupid resolution Game Boy game, and everybody... It's not my typical resolution that I have preemptively set up to make things easy for me, so I gotta fiddle around with it. Blasphemous Roar showing up here. Now let's have a second top gun game. We're gonna go ahead and make Game Boy.
Okay, fine.
That's how you talk.
Bro Sencha over here. Oh, I've got a stream where I have 200 people watching, but I don't have the power and the tools to set this up very effectively, very quickly, because, oh no, they're using a 1:1 resolution. What do I do?
It's already set up. We're good. I specifically made it
Cry
easy.
into your money, bro. Cry into your money.
My money? I don't get very much money. Everybody, if you want to help support the channel, though, you can subscribe to twitch.tv/Prosentia and rub it in Roar's face. Yeah.
Reverend Gumby, they can't fire me. They've tried. They can't rein me in.
Nah, we like roar here. Like, I don't know why, but we do.
I don't know why either.
Okay.
I figured Corn Dad would have found something to fire me over yet, but nope.
I mean, we'll try one of these days, but
I know you won't. I know you don't have the guts to pull the trigger on that one, but I believe that Corn Dad does. So
it's not that. It's that for people who aren't paid, I can't fire. It's impossible.
True, but you can say never come back.
Yeah,
you can say for the integrity of the stream, Blasphemous Roar, I'm afraid we're never gonna ask you not to come back and GM anymore because you are a terror.
Honestly, I'm a lot more tolerant when it comes to any sort of volunteer in the world. And honestly, I feel like whenever you have people who are just helping out because they love something, you gotta fight for them. So I'm gonna fight for your right to be a butt.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is the Tournament of Butts, so.
The Tournament of Butts, everybody. It's the Kusog7ande tournament.
Is that the
Yoshi fan? Thank you for subscribing so that I can yell at Roar. An additional year. Who's doing audio, by the way? I don't think you ever told me.
Smebble is I totally did.
Well, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I know, because it was immediately flooded by pictures of me being apparently sicko. Or
yeah,
that's a thing that popped out here. I'll post those out of. I'm gonna straight up copy the image and post it in general, so you can see if you're watching on the Discord. This is what has flooded the thing, is variations of that. So here I am.
Okay. I'm just asking Smebble to play some audio because I hear none. Okay, I can barely hear it right now. Whatever, I can adjust it on my end if needed. I can do that. I have the power. I have the power to do these things. You know why? My name is Brosentia, and I am doing video games.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
I still love you, and you're very good at this.
I still love you.
And it's just that you suck at it.
I'm gonna kick your butt so hard.
Good luck. I'm like 10 times bigger than you.
No, usually I have everything set up so that it is not a huge deal, but apparently the game that you chose today is just being a little bit more painful to get set up.
Don't forget to share me the
Yeah, as soon as I...
Yep, it's all good. I'm just reminding. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second.
I want you to listen to me.
You told me a while back, you were like, you need to reveal the game so that I can get it set up and then fill time while I get it set up. That's a thing that we've been over. We've been over this, Brosentia, and I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job to entertain the masses. That's right. The masses, all of me, because I am masses.
Let me specify, everybody, whenever it is the first day back for a tournament, it's very easy for everything to be dumb. The first day of setup for anything is going to be a little bit rough, and then tomorrow, day number 2, we'll have all the weird kinks already worked out, and it'll be smooth as Blasphemous Roar's brain. Wow! Wow! Hey! Hey!
This is live.
Yeah, we're live. We're just about ready to go. Why does it say that Mazer's given the audio? Well, that's incorrect because it definitely is Smebble Bear. who is providing audio, and let me go ahead and get that updated using my fancy schmancy Excel spreadsheet. That's right. You saw the music note move from one place to the other. That was Excel.
We
This
have a
music
little
kind of
volume
sucks,
slider.
I gotta be honest.
Oh, this music is awful. Oh, this music is awful.
fine.
Oh, I'm going to turn on your stream for a moment on my side just so I can hear it for a moment.
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can just
that's
open up Smebble Bear's stream so that you can have the sound. That's
I don't
fine.
want to. There's not going to be much sound. There's just flying. Oh, by the way, there's not much sound.
Okay, I just need one of our players to confirm that they are ready. Oh, no, they're all good.
We're already get off this menu music.
That's fine. Yay, Kuso NPC, thank you for subbing. Thank you, Yoshi Fan. Thank you, Chikabo. Thank you, everybody. And as soon as I see movement, we will start our time. Everybody, spam all of your favorite Top Gun emotes. Planes, missiles, explosions, ships?
Oh, yeah.
Mission objectives? Yeah,
So-
spam!
Oh, yes, by the way, everybody. You know how the Top Gun NES is a rail shooter and we just had like a mission mode thing? Dog fighting on the Game Boy.
On the Game Boy. That's right,
Dog
you heard it here
fighting
first.
On the Game Boy.
On the Game Boy.
Oh, yeah. So
Oh,
if you've
no.
got any idea what's going on, so they are, in fact, they are doing dog fighting on the Game Boy. Like, look at Time Wanderer's screen. It's just gray because they're looking at the ground, but you can't tell they're looking at the ground. It's so hard to find your opponent because your opponent is also moving at certain speed. It's so...
We've got an hour of this, everybody.
We have an hour of this. I'm not here to torment the players. I'm here to torment you, the viewers.
No,
and
you're here to
Rosetta.
torment everybody. I know this.
Oh,
You're going to hear
yes.
first. Last Resort is evil. Actually, I guess you didn't hear that here first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been said somewhere else. I'm not
Yeah.
exactly an unknown at this point.
No. Absolutely not.
Look at Smebble. That's some clean flying there. So, by the way, I don't know how long this will take. I do not know how long these players are going to be dealing with this. Because I played for 15 minutes, barely cleared the first mission, and called it a day.
Ow! Ow! My ears! Ow! Okay, I don't like that. Ugh.
But it's
Okay.
victory fanfare. Do you not like the sound of victory?
So, Smebble Bear has officially announced retirement due to completing that stage. Good job, Smebble Bear.
There's only 10 stages. I'm concerned now. We're going to have like 3 players that can't play and
That
do anything. And, like one that...
Okay, just so everybody knows, as we have this going, I'm going to just work on confirming that everybody has the right stream in the right location, because it is day number 1 and I am overly paranoid that I'm going to put somebody in the wrong place. But it looks like they're all correct. They're all correct!
Okay, so let me explain some stuff here. We've got our missile count at the top. We have our bearing in the middle, as if that's going to help you. And then we also have our altitude on the right. So we're actually losing a bunch of altitude there, Smebble. Oh, came real close to the ground. Oh, and Smebble did a tight turn and blacked out. Oh, by the way, you can black out from
You can
G-forces
black
in this
out?
game.
Are you
can black out.
serious?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes! Smebble is blacking out! Murray is also blacked out. Oh, yes!
Also, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm very confused, but this is for reasons that are unrelated to what we are seeing on the screen. Yeah. So essentially, they're just flying and trying to shoot planes?
Yeah, you got your enemies. You got your enemy radar there.
Honestly,
So
this music
is that
sounds a lot like Tasmania Game Gear, like the ice cave music. If y'all remember that.
Yes, I do. I've played that, unfortunately. Very fun mechanic that doesn't make me think my Game Boy is breaking at all. Yeah. No, this game is basically the worst dogfighter I've ever played. You gotta understand, I love dogfighting games. They're my jam. I am an ace combat ace at this point. I played dang near almost all of them, except that I haven't actually, not even close to in the slightest. But I played a lot, and oh boy, do I love them. But here,
I played quite a few when I was young.
Atrocity.
This is bad. This is really bad. So I'm taking a look. This was developed, like, while it was published by Konami, it was developed by Distinctive Software Incorporated. You know, not the most specific company name in the world. They made other games like Test Drive 2. I recall those being fun. How about NFL? Just a game called NFL. Mickey's 1, 2, 3 is the big surprise party.
Oh my god,
that
these
has
reviews.
2 apostrophes, and I don't understand.
This review, here, I'm going to read this review that Paul S. posted here. In Top Gun, we're bored to death. We look for enemies for hours. When we find them, it's over in 2 milliseconds. The instrument panel is rather bare, but you will still find an altimeter, a radar screen, and the thrust indicator. In terms of pursuits, all the information is there to allow you to successfully take down your enemies. The technical minimum is therefore present, but that is not enough to catch up with the playful sauce, which is completely missed. Carefully avoid 25% joyback.
25%. Oh, baby. By the way, chat has pointed out that this company made Bart's House of Weirdness. That is the Simpsons game that Faizu used to speedrun. It was a DOS game. And I would say that it's a lot better than this. They also apparently did a port of Super Contra. Which port? I don't even care. Maybe Amiga. Probably Amiga. No.
Murray's on Mission 2? Time Wanderer also entering Mission 2, it looks like? Yeah, so right now this placement, the 6 minutes in, we got Smebble, we got Murray, we got Time Wanderer, we got Murray saying, uh-oh. Did you write down that password, Murray?
I didn't.
Well, there's passwords. You best write them down.
Yay, victory! It hurts! It hurts so good! Ow! Ow! Okay, yes,
Look at this animation!
Who did the freaking music? Okay, who is this? I am offended. Traz? Somebody named Traz did the music. Okay, Traz, what else did you do? Dead Rising 4? Oh my gosh. Need for Speed 3. Top Gun Danger Zone. Apparently there are more Top Gun games that I haven't heard about. And several NBA Live songs. Okay. The Crew. Additional cinematic music composed by this dude who did the audio for this game. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Traz, for doing all of that. Yeah?
I know what to say is that this game might be over way quicker than expected. Like I said, I have no idea how long people are going to take on this. This is going to be such a variable game. Did Smebble zoom past the enemy? Where's the enemy here? I don't know.
The top designer for this game produced Bebe's Kids, but was also VP over Saints Row the Third. And let me just say, I feel very conflicted. I need to stop yelling. Justin's gonna come in from the other room and just, like, give me the look. I know it.
I'm sorry, I don't have much to say on my end because this is just glorious, glorious pain.
I don't want to watch it.
People
this.
say you're supposed to like hold off on the good stuff until later in the tournament. I felt like we really needed a strong opener to remind us all what we're doing.
Yeah, everybody, your mileage may vary when it comes to round one games, and it turns out we got a bad one.
I would like to point out that I asked the players, did they want to play on hardcore Kuso or did they want to play some reasonable Kuso? And the answer to reasonable Kuso would have been this, but also on the Game Boy Color, where there's actual color, that might change some stuff. But they all agreed, black and white is pretty all right.
Oh, I did put that this was a Game Boy Color game, but whatever. It's also Game Boy Color?
Yeah, so what people might not remember is that there are certain hardware limitations for Game Boy Color that prevented it from being played on the Game Boy. Is that Game Boy Color cartridges had a little bulge on the back of their cart that prevented it from being inserted into regular Game Boy systems, because the Game Boy Color had a lower lip on the cart holder so that to accommodate for that. So if you tried to slot it into a normal Game Boy, it doesn't work. This is a Game Boy Color game that does not have that bulge, which allows you to play it on a regular Game Boy.
Okay. Oh no. One of the people who worked on this was the president for Halo 4.
Yeah, Don Matrick.
Black and White 2. Yeah, Don
Matrick.
Well, yeah, you're right.
It's not just black GBC cards. It's anybody who doesn't have any card that doesn't have the back bulge that's not Game Boy Color only. Now, the other reason why a game might be Game Boy Color only is that you need to remember that not only was the Game Boy Color a visual upgrade adding color, but it was actually a processor upgrade. It was a more powerful system than the Game Boy. So a lot of the Game Boy Color exclusive games were Game Boy Color exclusive, not just because of the color, but because they actually required that extra processing power in order to do so. There were also, I think, 10 or so Game Boy Color games that had an additional chip in them that worked explicitly for the Super Game Boy. Taito Museum? No, it was, there was one that Taito released that was on the Game Boy Color that gave you exclusive content if you were on the Super Game Boy, because it would interface with it properly and allow it for the extra processing power. So all in all, the Game Boy had some fascinating stuff.
Oh yeah. Honestly, no, I was almost going to try to say that this is impressive for the Game Boy, but it's really not. I've seen more sophisticated games that didn't run quite as well as this, but definitely had... At least this game kind of has a frame rate, I guess. It's not a great frame rate, but for the Game Boy, and you're navigating a 3D world, possibly. I don't even know if it's technically 3D or if it's just randomly putting things in the way.
Make no mistake, theoretically, this is an impressive game. Theoretically. It's just that there are some of those cases where you just absolutely shouldn't, and there are other things that did it better. So this is awful. Don't get me wrong. But it's still impressive how awful it is. Oh, down goes Mother.
I like the sun, though. The sun is like my favorite part of this game, though. It's just right there above Time Wanderer. It's cute. So, what's your goal? Just kill all the planes and then you win?
Yeah, kill all the planes and then you win.
Okay, what does this stick on the left do?
That's your throttle. That's the start button. Go fast, go medium, go slow.
So,
go
right
fast
now,
to catch up.
Mazre is going slow and flipping upside down. So, I presume, what's your strategy for playing this game?
Throw it out a window.
That's okay. Cool. It looks like Majure is through one of the levels and on to the next. Mazre blacking out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Congratulations, you have won the badge of courage.
If you turned this audio down to just the right level, it would be a very comforting white noise.
Yeah,
I kind of like it. Like, I feel it in me. I kind of like this. Like, it's not a good game, but out of all of the noise that they could possibly have coming out of Game Boy, I can tolerate this quite a bit. I'm very tolerant of sound, though.
Mission 3 from Ure.
Yeah! And also, do not be worried. We will not end the match early unless all of the players complete the game.
Yeah,
or 3 out of 4 of the players complete the game. Smebble! Ow! Ow! Stop winning! Stop getting promotions! Oh my gosh!
Congratulations, you've been promoted to captain.
They need to... The composer is a war crime, okay? Go ahead, take them to court or whatever. I don't know. What
sucks when you realize that you had the perfect game for Ow My Ears, only to find that, you know...
It's just that music. It's like most of the game is fine because it's just like the low growling. And personally, like, if somebody just sat next to me and growled all day, I'd be fine with it. Like, as long as they, like, I knew they weren't going to attack, but...
I thought that's why people buy miniature pets. Miniature dog abominations.
I want a pet. I want a dog.
I want a real dog and not a mini dog, because mini dogs are abominations and they know it.
We went to Summerfest yesterday, which is the whole, like, summer art exhibit, and it's all outside. There were a lot of people, but I still don't feel super comfortable going to places with a lot of people, but it was all outside, and I tried to avoid as many people as possible. There were so many cute dogs there, though. People just walking all these dogs around. I want a dog, but I can't have a dog where I live.
That's my problem, too. I can't have a pet right now.
I mean, I could get my therapist to write to the government saying I have to have a dog, and then they can't do anything about it. But my roommate, we have a guy living here who, like, absolutely would not want us to have a dog. So...
Basically.
Yeah,
that's why I can't have a pet. I could have a pet, but my roommate is unfortunately allergic to basically everything.
Yeah.
8 bandits at heading 30. All right, we got 8 bandits at heading 30, so that's actually going to be a key here, is that if we head to 30 and then just keep going, we should find all those 8 bandits.
Where's 30? How can you tell if you're at 30?
That's that middle number. The middle number is your heading.
But I saw Time Wanderers jumped from 30 to 250, like, right away.
Because, bro, I have to remind myself that you used to be a language...
Is that a compass?
I have to remind myself that you used to be a language teacher and not a math teacher.
Okay, I got a minor in mathematics.
Okay, cool.
And
yeah, it's a compass.
Also,
yeah, it's 360 degrees.
I had an orienteering merit badge. We didn't fly freaking jets on the Game Boy. We went out to the real world and did real world compass stuff, not 358, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and I used to be smart too. Whatever, man.
But yeah, whenever there was any sort of competition involving maps, which for some reason there was a surprising number of competitions in Boy Scouts involving maps.
Surprising number of competitions in Boy Scouts involving maps. I was a Boy Scout
involving
too.
like mapping. Yeah, I kicked everyone's butt. Okay, like going into English, I wanted to do that because I wanted to give myself, like, I wanted to do something that was challenging. Turns out that it's not rewarding when you don't make money off of it, but like, I love creative outlets. I wanted to do something that that was creative and fun, and Now I stream video games on twitch.tv. But good news, Blasmus Roar. I've got a new show over on GDQ's channel that's going to start in July.
Ooh, what you got?
Yeah. Essentially, it's going to be one-off races. Blind matches between two people. So it's going to be very much like what we do here at Kuso and over at your place on Mystery Tournament, you know? Except it's going to be over on GDQ's channel. And they're paying me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I want to run the mystery show, or we're coming back with the mystery show soon. That's my creative outlet. We've got some fun stuff. In fact, I think I'm going to just steal them up from you one day. Yeah.
You're going to what?
I'm just going to steal them up from you one day. I'm just going to steal Don't Make Us Bored. You can't do anything about it. It's mine now.
Oh,
one
yeah.
day.
I've heard about you to be a thief, trying to steal our show. That's fine. If you need to one day. But yes, I'm really happy.
I've already got the format. I've got it set it up. It's you and Cornan. You're going to love it, and you're going to be fighting for your lives here on Don't Make Us Bored.
Are you going to kill someone?
I mean, that sure would be entertainment, wouldn't it? But no.
It would
I'm an
be
American, but I'm not that American.
But yeah, everybody, that is something that is going to be a lot of fun. Essentially, you know, just people who want to do a race will choose a game for them, and you know, they can specify I want this genre, or I want a bad game, or I want a good game that's just obscure, and then we're gonna have races and do commentary, and it'll be fun over on GDQ. And
sounds like a blast.
Honestly, that's going to help a lot when it comes to being financially stable, like for me. So I'm extremely appreciative of them. It's going to be awesome. Escorian, you're asking if you can be on it? I believe so. We haven't actually opened up any submission form because I'm more concerned about getting ready for GDQ next week. But
that's true. GDQ next week. Huzzah!
Yeah.
Are you going physically, or are you just watching online?
As long as I don't get the corona between now and then, I will be there. I'm playing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Phasmophobia.
I remember reading that. I can guarantee you that I will watch almost exactly 2 runs. I support GDQ to its fullest, but also I'm very inattentive and like to play video games myself. So, you know, it'll probably be on a monitor that I'm going to kind of sort of ignore.
But yeah, considering that I was kind of out in public yesterday, I'm going to probably take some tests over the next couple days just to make sure that I didn't catch any virus that I could spread. I don't want, I've been to bigger events than GDQ during the pandemic and managed to get away. No! Ow! No! Stop winning! Ow! Oh, Smelling Bear, stop it! Oh, I hate it.
Mission 4 completed!
I don't care. Stop it.
But how can you be mad? Smebble Bear's a captain. Small convoys of destroyers spotted at heading 0. Destroy their air supply.
Game over for Missouri. Hopefully you have passwords. By the way, yeah, I've been to
Murray.
I've been to bigger events that still had significant rules about masking stuff. GDQ is both smaller as well as very strict about how masks are going to be used. I feel like that is the way that they should be. I support having events the way that they're having them, and I will definitely be going there.
Yeah, I'm going to...
As long as I don't get the plague before.
I'm going to MagFest this year, and I'm definitely a little bit nervous about that, especially since my station is arcade.
Oh no. I did go and play some of the arcade games at the last thing that I went to. It was in November in Chicago. Chicago's really good at actually requiring that people wear masks in any enclosed area, and honestly, I know of nobody that got sick during that time. And with the arcade machines, every time anybody played with them and then left, somebody was there, bam, immediately wiping it down. And I think it's mostly as long as staff and volunteers care, then they can prevent a lot of the spread. So, yeah. Anyways, I completely am fine with people not going to events right now, but at the same, like, I need to get out sometimes.
I mean, I'm going to Chicago in September just for a vacation, and so I'm happy that that's what they've been doing. It makes me feel better.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's something that people didn't really realize until lately, and I'm a huge believer now that possibly the most dangerous emotion is boredom. And because that makes people do a lot of stupid stuff. We need, like, our brains are wired where if we're bored, we need to do something. And it's going to make people do stupid stuff. But yeah, if you can manage to get rid of boredom while being safer, then I support that. Yeah.
That is entirely why one of the places that is part of my very well outlined zombie apocalypse survival plan is one of the places to raid is in fact a board game shop.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got enough board games in our house that I think we could play games for a year without too much of a problem. With that said, you still will eventually get bored, and like I'm personally somebody who can stay at home for a very long time without much of an issue. But with that said, I eventually will get bored to the point where I have to do something else.
That's fair. I mean, I just stare at my computer board most of the time. Bro, how is it 25 minutes? Oh, I've made a mistake.
We're only at 25 minutes.
We're only at 25
Plasmus
minutes.
Roar. We've already talked about boredom. This is how the game is going. Yeah.
You want to play a game while we're watching them?
No.
I'm kidding. That would
I mean, I could pull up Spider Solitaire, but that's not any more exciting than the, like, Blasphemous Roar. I have been trying to learn the metagame for how to reliably beat 4-suit Spider Solitaire, and I hate it. This is what the pandemic has done to me. It's ruined me.
I busted out my sewing machine the other day. That's what. You know what? I started picking up. I've started working out again. It's been a long time. And I gained hope for life again, and I started working out, and then that's what things did to me. And now I was trying to do ring fit, but the leg strap keeps slipping off my leg. So I grabbed my sewing machine and a piece of an old pillow cloth, and I just sewed myself a crappy little Joy-Con pocket to the front of my workout pants, so I can do that without having it slip off my leg. And then I've been doing ring fit. And all of my muscles are completely sore right now because I've been biking like
feels good.
2 miles. Yeah, no, I mean,
like it sucks, but it also feels good. We do have important questions in chat. What levels are they on?
Good question. Smebble's on 5.
Yeah, we believe that Smebble is in the lead.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to track these things?
Yeah. Yeah,
like it's hard to determine. It's hard to determine who's got like how many shots on enemies, how many. Oh wait, it looks like Murray is cleared with another stage here. I believe that's going to put them on stage 5 as well.
Let's see. You've been promoted. No, I think that's only stage 3 complete.
I think that is only stage 3 complete.
Yeah. Salute, nerds. Nah, what? They didn't even salute back? My gosh. Whatever. Okay,
you're the one being honored.
Completed.
Yeah, mission 3 completed.
I'm not exactly sure what the etiquette is for who salutes who. Shouldn't everybody just salute always?
It's a salute forward and then a salute back.
Well, they didn't.
I don't know enough, but I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm probably completely wrong, but like normally you salute your commanding officer or something, and then if it's like you're being honored, you get saluted first, and then you salute back. I think so. I don't know. Somebody in chat correct us. Tell us what's going on because I actually don't know that etiquette either.
Etiquette's all made up, and it doesn't matter. But I can respect certain traditions. I'm okay with that tradition. It doesn't matter, but it's fine. And there goes Murray. Whee!
Bye, Murray.
We'll miss you.
I won't.
That is such a long animation.
You know who won't miss Murray?
Who?
His enemies.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're right. That's generally how it works. Oh my gosh. Okay, Blasphemous Roar. I'm kind of... When did Kusog7ande 6 end? A long time ago! I think. Like 2 months ago. Yeah. We had a bit of a break, but we are back with Kusog7 now. It's been a... You know, usually when we get the transition periods between the various tournaments that we have, I'm a little less stabby gut area, but good news, I'm actually feeling a lot better health-wise, probably this last week than I have felt in months, possibly due to a new medication that I'm taking, and it definitely, like, I think it's helping. I'm sitting here and...
How much money?
What's that?
You're telling me my assassins suck at their job? I've been wasting a bunch of money on you, bro.
See, you shouldn't say these things because occasionally I have irrational paranoia that people are trying to poison me. So, now I know who it is.
That's fair. See, now here's the thing. You say, oh, I have irrational paranoia about these kind of things, and you shouldn't say that thing. I say, now you have somebody to blame, and it's going to make you feel all that much better when you're having this problem.
Oh, I wouldn't feel too bad about assassinating you then.
Just drop to your knees, throw your arms up to the sky, and curse my name.
Oh, sending us... I don't know. I've got better plans. Come on. You have to understand, irrational paranoia means that you come up with plans as well.
Time Wanderer.
Bear, no! Time Wanderer is through, moving on. Mission 4 completed.
Mission
on
5.
to Mission 5.
That's
Snebble Bear and Time Wanderer tied.
Yep, that's going to put Time Wanderer into second place. I don't know if I should be... It's hard to count how many enemies they've shot down because there's no indicator of that.
I don't like that password. K8KQ. Like, a lot of the times I try to say passwords out loud because, like, they almost form the sounds, but that one is just, like, so many hard consonants, it's not possible. Yeah,
Tell you what, bro. Instead of falling into those paranoias and planning too much, how about we just go ahead and wage a proxy war with our Kusog7ande victims?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, I think I'm winning.
No,
I'm pretty sure I'm winning in this case. Look at this suffering.
Good.
Look at this suffering.
Here's the deal. I actually think that this game that you've given out, it's... How am I going to describe it? What do I want to do? This is definitely an interesting experimental thing, is what I would say. This is something that, like, if I downloaded off the internet and played around with it and, like, knew it was made by a single person who was trying to do something fancy using very limited hardware, I would think that this was neat. However, knowing that the people who made this, that it was published by Konami, it's a lot less impressive. But at the same time, you know, I'd say that other 3D experimental games that happen on Game Boy were a lot worse. There's like this what was it, a Pac? It almost looked like a Pac-Man first-person shooter type game for the Game Boy, and it's bad.
Faceball 2000!
Oh, Faceball, yeah. And let's just say, this runs a lot better than Faceball, but it also isn't as graphically sophisticated as Faceball 2000. Not saying that that was sophisticated, but had more detail than this. Like, look, we don't even know if we're over the ocean or if we're over land or if there are no mountains. This could be Kansas. This, I mean, Murray...
It is a Game Boy Color screen. That could be blue water.
It's not on Game Boy Color, though.
Oh, yeah. I intentionally made sure of that.
Game Boy.
I made sure of it. I made sure of it.
My belief is that this is the Great Kansas War. You don't launch from aircraft carriers in Kansas? You could. If there were a carrier there, you could. Jeez. Thinking about limitations. I'm sure there are a few bodies of water. What's the largest body of water in Kansas? Maybe they launch from the Great Lakes. Huh?
This just in, the United States has built a brand new aircraft carrier, said to be the largest aircraft carrier ever used by the military. The controversy surrounding this is incredible. Would you like to explain more, Bro Sencha?
What? I was looking up the biggest lake in Kansas, so I'll go ahead and pass on that. I don't know. Milford
Are those
Lake.
ships? Are those actually ships? We're shooting down ships!
Wait, like
Time
planes
Warner
or
was actually,
boats?
no, was shooting down boats.
Why are you shooting down a boat? It's already down there.
Apparently, long range confirms enemy reinforcement. No, there was actually boat shooting.
Okay, so Milford Lake in Kansas.
It was improvisational. You were supposed to follow up with, yes, it's been built in the middle of a plateau or a cornfield for no good reason. Come on, I'm alone over here. I'm alone in comedy. It's over. I'm just done for over here. It's only been 35 minutes, and already I can see my head just melting out of my eyeballs.
This is taking so long. Oh my gosh. I'm still going to say that I appreciate the frame rate for this game. Honestly, you know, I'm trying to think. Super Nintendo, that was higher powered, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever... Okay, Super Noah's Ark is definitely the best version of a first-person shooter on the Super Nintendo, but then you also had games like Jurassic Park Super Nintendo that had first-person shooter sections. Those were unplayable compared to this. This is actually a game compared to the first-person shooters in Jurassic Park.
I mean, yeah. I did give out, what was that first-person shooter I gave out last year? That first-person slideshow. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it was awful.
That's essentially the indoor sections on Super Nintendo Jurassic Park. It is rough. I played that as a kid, and I was too scared of those sections because I was scared of everything. But then, as an adult, I played it. I'm like, how did I think this was scary? This is not even... Like, it's like if you show a picture of a dinosaur to a baby and the baby screams, that's like what it was. Except I was the baby, and the picture of a dinosaur was Jurassic Park on the Super Nintendo. But my favorite part about that game was that whenever you got to the elevator in the first-person shooter sections, it played elevator music. Fantastic. Absolutely perfect.
At this point, I'm hoping that we get some mission clears, just so I can see what order people are on what missions. Because honestly, I made a mistake. This is so hard to track.
This is so... Oh my gosh. Everybody, if you thought that... When you woke up today and thought, oh, I'm gonna watch Twitch.tv today, and you thought you were gonna be staring at 4 screens that look exactly the same and that you do not care about, except for possibly the people behind the individual streams playing this game, If you woke up and thought you were going to be watching this crap,
Oh, that's
Then I
distance to nearest enemy.
then you were Blasphemous Roar, that's all. Wait, what's the distance? The top right?
Yeah, that's not altitude.
no
That's
idea.
enemy heading.
You know what? That makes sense.
See, now it's just reduced by a significant amount. And now it's back to increased again.
Well, yeah, because he died.
Ah.
Well, not the person flying the plane died. Okay. As it turns, what was that? As it turns out, the people who are playing this game probably already figured that out because they're playing it. Or at least whoever figured it out first probably had the biggest advantage because then they would be able to learn where the enemies are the fastest.
Oh, bottom right is the altimeter.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was, and I just couldn't figure it out.
I thought it's always 3:30 for Smebble Bear. It's just always 3:30. Yeah,
I knew
that's
it
the
wasn't a
altimeter.
clock, but for some reason I was so convinced that the top right was the altimeter.
No, ow! We have progress, but it hurts the award of bravery. Ow! No, go back! Go back! I want the award of cowardice. At least we wouldn't have this music. Ow!
All right, that's going to be stage 6 for Smebble. I believe that puts Smebble on stage 6, Mew on stage 5, Time Wanderer is also, I think, on stage 5.
That's
And
good braverism.
Mazra, I think, is on 4. I
Wait,
don't
Time
know.
Wanderer on stage 1? No, I thought stage
No, I said
4 or
5.
5.
I said
Oh.
5. I thought Time
Maybe-
Wanderer was on 5.
You need to enunciate. You need to
Maybe-
say your words.
Maybe you
Yeah.
just need to clean the Kuso out of your ears, or the sound of this.
It's my Kuso glands. You know, it just.
Is that what the skunk stench gland is called?
My gosh, no. No, it's not.
What is it called then? And why do you know that?
I think it's just a skunk gland. I don't know it, but I'm relatively sure it's not the Kuso gland, okay? I'm about 98% sure. Hey, anybody here fly planes? Would you be able to play this game? Do you know what everything means? Do you know what this beeping sound is?
Yeah, it's you're being locked on. Probably.
Oh. Actually, if anybody here flies planes, if you ever fly out to Logan, Utah, you want to give me a little flight somewhere? That would be fun. We could do like some flips. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for you making me pass out. That'd be fun. The constant beeping is the low altitude war. Oh, yeah. You can see the clock blinking. Not the clock, the altimeter. The altometer. Detects how many altos are next to you singing. Jeez, you want to watch out when it's beeping because there are just too many.
Don't hit the ground. You're gonna hit the ground.
Bloody Candy, thank you for the raid. Come and join.
Goodbye,
Thank you,
ground.
everybody.
Welcome to ground, Smebble.
I don't like that.
Welcome to the ground.
There's not even a parachute if you crash into the ground. It's just you're done.
You don't need one. You can just eject forward.
It's true. Sounds like he flatlined. I mean, if you're in Kansas and you touch the ground, you are flatlining.
To be fair, if you're in Kansas, you're flatlining. Because Kansas is nothing but flat, boring terrain, and then they make you pay to get out of it. I always hated driving through Kansas. Every time we went east. We lived in Colorado, so anytime we went east, right through Kansas, and total snooze fest.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than Nebraska, but not by much.
For the love of our lives, Smevel, pull up.
Smebble, stop the beeping. Beep, beep, beep.
Doing barrel rolls.
Justin, look at what I've been watching this entire time. A first-person playing game, a dogfighting playing game, Top Gun, on the Game Boy. This is like the most boring crap to watch. Like, there are 4 screens here, and I can't stay entertained. This is... Yeah, exactly. Justin's just wiggling left and right now. That's the game.
Do you ever just like, do you ever just think that's it? My Kuso career is over?
No, actually, like, there's still more people hopping in and watching, and I don't know why. It's like, you think people would look at this and be like, look at this. I don't want to watch this, and then they'd stay. Y'all... I don't know if this is the most boring thing we've had on Kusog7ande, but it's very... You definitely tried with this one.
No, I did.
Everybody who's not subscribed, you're getting ads for that sweet relief from the game. I'm sorry for everybody who's subscribed. You opted out of ads so that you could watch this. Yeah, watch. The subscriber count is going to drop in half because they're like, we'd rather watch the ads. Yeah, for gamer braces and all that.
Right, gotta have your gamer braces and I got a lot of Uber Eats. Too bad I'm never ordering from Uber Eats.
Justin's in the room and he gave me the biggest eye roll when I mentioned the gamer braces. Yeah. People will pay for ads. You know what? I could just run an ad every minute right now. Would that help? Would that help your experience, everybody?
Just run an ad right now. Just destroy your competitive integrity. We don't need to know that Murray just completed mission 4 when you can just run an ad.
A gamer bidet? Honestly, I would buy a gamer bidet. I'm sorry. Twitch.tv, ad idea for you. Gamer bidet. Okay.
All you do, every time it connects to your smartphone, and you get to play an arcade game. And every time that you score on the arcade game, it shoots water up your crack.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that would work. I'm just imagining, like, playing Frogger. Every time you jump, your score goes up and it just sprays a little bit more. And then if you manage to get all the way across the road and, you know, into the little frog hole, oh boy, it blasts off. Yeah, there we go. Then you're done.
You play Candy Crush, and instead of it being like tasty, instead of it being tasty, it's fresh. Clean, squirty.
I do not want a Candy Crush integrated bidet. This is like the worst possible invention that we have created today, and I do have to say though, you can
make sure
get
your Kuso gland is nice and clean.
Oh my. Okay. Yep. We do. By the way, you can buy bidets that you can just hook up to your normal toilet. And let me just say, the Europeans had it right. Much better. Yeah. And honestly, ones that you just connect to your toilet, they're really cheap. They're good. I'm gonna go ahead and say I endorse bidets. Yeah. Officially endorsed by Kusog7ande. Oh.
And if you know anything about Kusog7ande, it's that we know Kuso.
Yeah. We also knew about the Kuso gland. Anyway, let's get back to this game.
On you.
No, never.
That's on you.
I do not want to look at this game.
One of the GMs dropped you a much better logo, and you're like, no, I don't want it.
Okay, I was asleep when that dropped. And also, it wasn't... I don't know. You say it's much better. I think it was a good attempt. Good job, Xandra.
The one across 7?
I mean, I would probably make some modifications from there, but yeah, it looked good. It's there for me. I know it's there for me. Just watch. We're probably gonna end up like making like 20 changes to the logo this year because there's just nothing that makes me happy. I am not satisfied until I get my Kusog7ande looking right. Anytime I want. Xandra, honestly, it does look pretty good. But at the same time, I was like, it's too late. We gotta ship. You know, you just gotta...
Team Xandra.
Like, a different logo every stream. Oh my gosh.
I'm on Xandra's. Yeah, you just roar it. Oh no, Smebble got shot down!
Yep, that happens sometimes.
I have no idea what mission Mazra is on.
The one where you fly and you gotta shoot things.
Yep.
Guess what? That's all of them. That's every single freaking mission in this game. You just fly around.
I was hoping we got to fight boats at some point, but oh boy.
Well, yeah, Time Wanderer was fighting a boat. Not sure it died, but Time Wanderer fought a boat.
2 lives left, Captain. So we know that they're at least on 5. Oh no, they're on 5. They're on mission 4. Okay. So Mazra is definitely, I think, in last place.
I don't know where Murray is. Somewhere.
5.
Somewhere. 5? Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Smebble appears to be in the lead on mission 6. We know this because every time Smebble has beaten a level, the music has haunted my nightmares. Time Wanderer is like 2nd, Murray in 3rd, Mazra in 4th. That's my best guess. Okay, don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna quote you on that.
There are much better or worse things to quote me on, I can assure you.
Okay, but why not both? Why not quote you on the worst things and quote you on that?
I don't want to be quoted on the mediocre things. Well, whatever. I'm not going to talk Yoda speak, because guess what? The first time Yoda shows up, he only talks like Yoda speak like once. And then it's like, how am I going to describe this? Does Yoda speak in episode 1, 2, 3? Doesn't appear in 4. Episode 5, he only uses it a tiny bit, and then episode 6, he kicks it up a notch. So it's like maybe in his old age, he forgot how to talk like Yoda, or at least did a lot less. George Lucas just went ham on that in the prequels, though. He went ham on everything.
All I know is the most important Yoda quote.
My name is Yoda!
I'm Yoda! I'm a soldier! I'm older than soldier! I thought I told you! Don't be unwise, just be not by my size! You won't believe your eyes watch the X-Wing rise!
See, that sounds like the version of Hamilton done by the Muppets, which I really love. If you haven't seen, go look on YouTube, okay? There's a version of Hamilton as if it were done by the Muppets, and it's fan-freaking-tastic. But that's what you sounded like.
My name is Yoda, no one knows my name. And there's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait. Just you wait.
The best part is that the king, King Louis, is played by Animal. Okay, you're perfect. Blasphemous Roar, you are a gem amongst pebbles like me, a little pebble. You shine bright like a diamond.
Thank you so much to everybody in chat who caught the Star Wars gangster rap. I appreciate you.
I don't recall it.
Uncle
probably
Owen,
heard it.
why you being a player hater? You know I must go and confront Lord Vader, but oh no, it's Yoda.
Oh,
why
King
you being a
George,
player hater?
sorry,
You
whatever.
know I must go and
Whichever
confront
king.
Lord Vader, but Luke, not ready are you? But there's a city in the clouds where they're keeping my crew. A Jedi's gotta do what a Jedi's gotta do. So Vader, I'm coming for you.
I think we found a form of comedy lower than Monty Python references.
I will rap old school, like, I will down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris, then Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White and Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black Knight and Benito Mussolini and the Blue Meanie and Cowboy Curtis and John B. the Genie, Captain Kirk, Darth Vader, Robocop, Terminator, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger, Bill S. Preston and Theodore Logan, Spock, The Rock, Doc, and Hulk Hogan. The early internet is where I lived. I will rap all of them.
Okay, the Ultimate Showdown, right?
Yeah, that's Ultimate Showdown. I'm just
I'm
saying,
gonna go
I
ahead
lived on
and
the
say
early
that
internet.
referencing things that reference Monty Python is somehow a little bit higher than referencing Monty Python itself. So I would say that was a tiny improvement. Like, yeah, this. No, you cannot get lower than Monty Python references. Why? Because Monty Python is supposed to be shocking. And if you just bring up the quotes that everybody knows, is it shocking anymore?
No, it's not. No, you're right.
It's
You can't keep quoting Monty Python.
Yeah, the more you quote Monty Python, the less you get it.
Wait, there is one thing you can quote from Monty Python, and that is seeing spam because that's the
my
joke.
name is Yoda.
No, what?
Wait, are you talking about the spam song? It was a good
I'm
song.
saying spam, spam, spammity, spam. No, you just start chanting spam. It's okay. And then that's the joke. That's the purpose of the joke. That is the whole joke. That is the entire joke. I now have a sticker that I ripped off my chair that says front forward. So now I know which way is the front.
The only way you can get away with quoting Monty Python and having it be a higher sense of humor is to get the quote wrong, because it makes everybody angry, and it is fantastic.
Look on the world
It is so
side
funny.
of life.
Looking on a different side of life. Yeah. We're looking at a different side of life. Yeah.
Life
See
can
it?
be a hit when you think of it.
You just went back down. You just went back to see. It's really difficult to maintain that higher level of comedy there, Blasphemous Roar. You gotta you just gotta keep misquoting
Excuse
it.
me, did you not just realize that I misquoted it?
Nobody knows that part, so no.
Yes, everybody knows that part, but I misquoted
Nobody knows
it.
that
and
line.
I censored it for this. I changed it from life's a piece of when you think of it to life can be a hit when you think of it.
I thought you just censored yourself. Censoring yourself when quoting Monty Python is lower than just quoting Monty Python. So I thought that
you know what?
I didn't want to acknowledge it.
We're done. You can't you're like, oh, you need to misquote Monty Python, and then you're so bad at quoting Monty Python that you don't understand the misquote.
You
of
can't
Monty
handle
Python.
truthfulness.
Bro, I'm coming on and doing this with you every once in a while. It's
I'm
fantastic.
so glad you're here. Like, honestly, this has been an absolute blast.
We have no idea where we are anymore.
I'm sorry, I
we
saw
know
the
there's a
next game.
timer. We know that there's there's the next game, and we know there's a 2.5 minutes left, and everything is breaking down around here because we gave up on commentary 10 minutes in, and we're just crossing our fingers that we have the correct order. Does anybody want to volunteer to go through the VOD and make sure? Because honestly, I don't know. I've been trying to pay attention. I've been trying real hard.
I've been trying about as hard as I usually do.
Wait, Mew? Is that a mission clear? No, there's still more. I was excited for a moment. Wait, we finally get to see what mission Mazra is on. Okay, so mission 6 for Smebble. Mazray, I think, was on mission 6, Captain, or mission 4. Mission 4, okay. If that's correct, this should be Smebble, Time Wander, Murray, Mazray.
Yeah. Let's see if anything changes over the next minute. I'm not watching.
I'm watching intently because I'm trying to figure out who's where.
I don't care. Okay, I actually do care.
Power 46 asked the most important question. Are you okay, Roar? I'm always okay. I'm just
None
this
of us
normally.
we're yeah, this is how the stream goes. This is how Kusog7ande sometimes goes when we have just lost all will to watch this. Stop beeping! Stop beeping! Stop it! Stop!
So good.
Do anything else! Do anything else, Mebble Bear! Stop the beep! You can't stop the beep! There we go. A misquote for a Hairspray reference. How about that, huh?
I don't know.
Do you know the
unfortunately,
musical
there's
Hairspray?
no-
Have you seen Hairspray?
I'm aware. I have not, but I'm aware of it.
Well, okay, cool. It's about Hairspray.
I could assume it is.
That's not mostly what it's about. It's about other stuff like political issues. But yeah, that's art. That's what art is. Art is inherently political, and Kusog7ande is inherently bad. And Amiga Music Yojo is playing, and that's time! Because I am so freaking done with this game. Yeah. I don't even know what to say anymore, except I'm gonna welcome Smebble Bear to come chat. If Smebble Bear so desires, I would love to talk to Smebble Bear about the experience with this game. They took first, they got the victory. Time Wander took second. Murray third, Mazray fourth. Honestly, this has been a game and a half, and you are typing a lot. Type.
I'm trying to sort this out here real quick.
I mean, that's good. Good. You're doing your job. Good job, Mr. Roar. Is Roar your last name? What's your last name?
I mean, it is Blasphemous Roar, right? So like,
could
but
be
also
Must Roar.
no, there's a capital letters to fix that problem.
Have you seen people's names? They just have capital letters all over the place and like
Right.
lowercase.
But
Like
also,
Mick or Van. You don't capitalize Van, do you? I don't.
well, I mean, to be fair though, like in Final Fantasy 14, my name is Blasphemous Space Roar. So
Oh, okay. Well, that clarifies it. Smebble Bear, welcome.
Welcome,
And
hello.
why did you beep at us? That was aggressive.
I just wanted to make everyone know what what it's like to really be out there in the skies.
Well, we've
All you can
learned.
see are black blobs, and sometimes your screen gets all black and it starts flashing for some reason.
Oh my
gosh. What was that? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, no. It's because you passed out a little bit. Don't you know when you're flying too intensely, you sometimes black out a little bit?
you
Oh,
were
yeah, this game.
you were blacking out because of G-forces. What
Yeah.
a mechanic in a Game Boy game.
The 3
Yeah.
speed. Well, I have no idea how fast it was actually going.
Like 5. It went a full 5. It's pretty cool. I have no idea. Well, yeah, G-forces, I think it depends on how fast you're turning as well as how fast you're accelerating. Odds are what you'd probably need to do in order to avoid blacking out is when you need to turn quickly, slow down. But honestly, this is just me guessing based off of the laws of physics. Otherwise, I couldn't tell you.
I can't
Turning,
imagine
slow down.
resembling laws of physics, but
Well, I mean, it's Game Boy. I'd say that this was somewhat ambitious for the Game Boy, but at the same time, I don't know. Did you feel that way? Did you feel anything?
The game is really weird because it seems like if you fail a mission once, it just gives you a generic go shoot some bad guys mission. And I wasn't sure if it's easier to just restart after losing a mission once, because just shooting generic bad guys missions seems to have just arbitrary lengths, so you really have no idea how long they are.
We saw Time Wanderer shoot at boats at one point.
Yeah, every time I was on a boat stage, I would lose, and then I would just go back to shooting random planes until I got a promotion.
Yay! I'm glad you got promoted. And you got an award. Bravery. You're so brave.
You are brave. You lasted an hour in that nonsense.
Everyone who plays Kusog7ande gets a bravery award in my book, okay?
But Smebble, if there's one thing I have to say about this game, and I have to say about your performance at all, it's booty doody doo 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 doo.
I feel like I'm cursed to have the worst theme song music in every game I play. And I always
theme song
volunteer
was
for
pretty
audience,
bad, yeah.
so I leave the theme song up for like 45 minutes before the match even starts. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us. Seriously though, Smebble Bear, congratulations. And for everybody else playing this, I cannot blame you for any place that you got, because this game, let me just
Apparently,
say,
Time Wanderer and Mazre were sort of having fun at sometimes.
what? How do you? I mean,
Time Wanderer
honestly,
says that they enjoyed it. I have failed. You can't
There's
break them
some
all.
things that I might be able to defend for this game, considering that having a 3D space on the Game Boy is a little bit difficult. Teeny bit difficult.
Now, this isn't the worst thing on a computer, but on a green and yellow Game Boy back in 1993, I don't think this would be playable.
Oh, a non-backlit Game Boy? Yeah.
Especially when you black out and you just think your Game Boy's breaking.
It's like, crap, I gotta buy a new Game Boy. Then you buy a new Game Boy, you're like, this one's broken too. Buy a third Game Boy, by that time you have 3 Game Boys and just 1 copy of this game, and you're like, maybe I should have bought other games instead of all these Game Boys.
It's okay, because we know that no matter what, even for, like, Smebble, you did great. Mazre, you got last place, but still, even though, I gotta say, I think the biggest loser this day was chat. This was an awful watch.
No, I feel like I was the biggest loser to be... Wow. Never mind. No. No.
I ain't gotta say it when you say it yourself, baby!
Hey,
Just a quick
always
question.
look on the brighter side of life.
Before I go, just a quick question. Did anyone honor my request to have my ace hotshot rookie pilot call sign be Pee Pee Poo Poo Man?
Nope. We
Aw.
didn't honor any call signs, I'm sorry.
Oh, I gotta earn that
Didn't know
title.
we had call signs. Yeah, one day you'll be the pee pee poo poo man.
You really know you gotta have a cool, edgy call sign.
We gotta go. We gotta go to the next match. Thank you so much, Smebble Bear.
Won't be laughing.
Roar, thank you for giving this game. I hated
know
it.
Thanks again.
Thanks for
See
not
you both
firing me
later.
for another
Bye.
year.
Woo! See ya. Well, everybody, we are moving on to the third game. I don't want to run an ad. I want to, well, actually, I probably need to run an ad so that you don't get one in the middle. So here we go. One quick ad, and then we will be right back.